So I've gotten a bunch of people commenting, you gotta check out the Skullcandy Crusher Evos. Feel the bass. Yeah, apparently the bass is absolutely insane. I've never owned Skullcandies before, so I'm actually very curious. In the box you got the quick start, an aux cable, and then the charging cable, which is USB-C, and then obviously the headphones themselves. Really cool case. It says it's not waterproof. They don't look bad. I will see you in a couple weeks. All right, it's been a couple weeks of just using them. Let's get into it. They got the old reliable all plastic build, but honestly feel substantial. They're built well. They don't feel like some flimsy plastic junk. They can stretch, get maneuvered around without creaking or weird noises happening. But on the other hand, they feel heavier than what they should be. I feel like because they are plastic, they could have went lighter and made them more comfy, but Skullcandy logo accents on both sides. The buttons work really well. I'll never find them as good as touch controls, but the placement and the feel of them make it easy to tell which button you're pressing. I'm not a big button guy, but these buttons, I'll take them. They're good. I really love the bass slider, the way they incorporated that. I thought it was going to be part of an app or something, but the fact that it's this physical slider that's easy to just go up and down, I like it. The whole thing can fold up nicely. Toss it in the case that they come with, which I really like. It's got nice soft insides, nice mesh slots for your cables. Ear cups can rotate 180 degrees. They're technically not waterproof or sweat resistant, but I've worn these things to the gym, running, dripping in sweat, and no issues yet. But eventually the faux ear pads will be the first to go, and unfortunately the ear pads don't come off in a well-designed, easy way. You gotta Google a tutorial and then buy a non-official replacement on Amazon or something. Overall though, they got a headphone design. They look good, and I like them. I think they look pretty cool actually. In terms of comfort, they're not bad. Good for the first hour or two of continuous use, but then I start to feel some pressure around the headband. The ear pads also aren't the squishiest, kind of firm and thin. I wouldn't recommend them for long term, like on a 9-hour flight, but for quick bursts like at the gym or shorter commutes, I have no issues. See, I've been reading comments saying that they sound bad, and I don't know, man. They sound pretty good to me. And it's not just hip hop, it's country, alternative, rock. They all sound good. I think the first thing I noticed was that they don't sound as spacious as some other headphones I've tried, where instruments are just flying all around you and it's like, oh, there's the violin and holy crap, the drums are over there and stuff. It's more tight. Am I making sense? According to some research I did, what I'm referring to here is called imaging and soundstage. Imaging is basically how well you can pinpoint different sounds, and soundstage is the sense of space the headphones give. Does it feel like a live concert in your ears with drums here and guitars there and the singers here? With these Skullcandies, they do a pretty good job at differentiating sounds within the mix, but it doesn't sound very spacious. Good imaging, bad soundstage. I think. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong on this. But yeah, hip hop and rap is where these shine with that sensory bass. The sensory bass is that slider I was talking about where you can turn it up or turn it all the way down, and depending where it is on the slider, it adds more bass. Vibration, haptic stuff built into the headphone that actually causes the headphones to shake. The first time trying it caught me off guard. It's like you're in a car with really good speakers, or you're at a concert and the bass is just booming in your chest, in your legs. You just feel it. But instead of being at a concert or whatever, you're just laying in bed, and these headphones replicate that feeling. But then turn off the sensory bass and it still sounds good. You're still getting thumping bass lines, punchy kicks, and the highs aren't sharp. You're not getting a cymbal crash and it's like, you know when highs hurt? For me, I'm happy with the sound. They sound like 80% of the other headphones I've tried in my life, but then you get that special edition of sensory bass. And for times where you're at the gym and you need that extra motivation, that sensory bass will have your back. They got no active noise cancellation or transparency mode, as well as no auto pause. So when you take off the headphone, they just gonna keep playing. The Skullcandy app has worked well for me despite the poopy reviews. You can adjust settings, change EQ, update firmware, that kind of stuff. Or setting up a thing they call personal sound, which when you set it up, it plays a bunch of high-pitched noises into your ears, and you have to say whether you hear it or you don't hear it. And then after doing that about 40 times, it builds your own custom sound profile based on your ears. But it didn't really do a whole lot. I don't really notice a big difference. I still use it though. I still feel like it's doing something, so I still have it on. It's not this huge like, whoa, personal sound. It may be a little bit different. And it has a built-in tile, which I didn't even know was a thing. So you can track these headphones using the Tile app. So that's cool. I like that you can track it. Since you're not getting the active noise cancellation or transparency modes draining the battery, you're obviously going to get more battery life, and these things last forever. They say about 40 hours. I'm still at like 64% or something. They got that industry standard quick charge, like 10 minutes gives you about 3 hours of battery life. Bluetooth test. Oh man, we can keep going. It's glitching a bit now. Depends on how I tilt my head. All right, however long this is, I don't know. They come in at around $200, which is still expensive, but compared to other premium headphones, they're a lot cheaper, half the price. Boy, do these things leak sound. Another thing that I think needs to be stressed with these is that they do kind of promote ear damage. You want to use them loud. You just want to crank the bass. You want to crank the volume. Screw my ears. I want the bass. But also, being deaf would suck. There's no Bluetooth multipoint, which is the ability to connect to multiple devices simultaneous. Now that I don't have it with these, I realized how important that feature is. So yeah, you gotta go into the settings and you gotta hit disconnect, and then you gotta go to the new device and then connect it. It's just this extra step, whereas if it has multipoint, you can just kind of swap in between devices. Not a big deal, but at the same time, it is a big deal. That multi-point hit different. I will never take that for granted. Overall, I like these headphones. So far, I've had a really good time experiencing the bass, feeling the bass. Had a good time bringing these to the gym. I've enjoyed showing my friends these headphones, putting them on their head, seeing their reaction. The main thing is that these are a lot of fun. And honestly, I think most headphones kind of miss that. At the end of the day, they're just a headphone. It's just here to listen to music. But then there's some weird goofy stuff like adding a freaking bass slider that shakes your head, where it's like, wow, that's unique and that's really fun. And for that, I think these are kind of in their own lane. Bass lovers, gym goers, money savers. That's your target audience with these headphones. And I think most people will at least find them fun. Will they be my go-to audio listeners? No, that's these. These and these. These will kind of be on the back burner when I want to, let loose a little. I hope what I've said has helped you in any way. Hope you've enjoyed the review, and thank you so much for watching. Let me know what else I should try out in the comments, and have a good day. Farewell.